theoretically, the Federal Reserve is independent of the president and the executive branch of government, but presidents do appoint the chairman of the Fed, so it matters to you and your money who sits in that seat. Alan Blinder is a professor of economics at Princeton University. He is a former Federal Reserve vice chairman. Thank you for joining us, sir. It's good to see you. Let's talk about Ben Bernanke's Fed. Has it had more of an influence on our economy? Has this Fed more of an influence on our markets and the economy than the Fed's mission would dictate that it has?
Well, that's a hard question to answer, because the Fed's mission is to promote maximum employment and stable prices. As you just said, the inflation rate's been very stable over the Bernanke era, as it was in the later part of the Greenspan era. The Fed has been working overtime, so to speak, both figuratively and literally, on its employment mandate, and it still is. It's been what's clear is been very activist by historical standards, absolutely.
When you say activist, some people call it mission creep. Others say that it's doing that because it has the effectiveness. It's able to do it where Congress doesn't do it. What's your sense on should Congress be doing more of the work that the Fed is trying to achieve?
Congress should be doing more of the work the Fed's trying to achieve. Look, the reason the Fed has been pulling so many different levers over the last several years is that its normal weapon, the short-term interest rate, the federal funds rate, hit virtually zero all the way back in December 2008. At that point, the Bernanke Fed could have said, well, we give up, we're closing up shops, that's all we can do. I think that would have been a huge mistake. Or it could try to look for other things it could do, such as these various quantitative easings and other things that the Fed has put into effect. That's the course it took. I think that's the right course. It doesn't mean it got every little detail right always, but it was basically the right course. And frankly, the job might have been a little easier, or might have been a lot easier, if Congress was more cooperative. I don't mean cooperative with the Fed. I mean more cooperative with the president and getting things done, such as, for example, the Jobs Act that the president proposed a year ago, and other things like that, rather than letting this thing go and basically leaving it to Ben Bernanke.